سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وصحابته أجمعين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. سبحانك لا فهم لنا إلا ما فهمتنا إنك أنت الجواد الكريم. قل رب زدني علما. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. قل أنبئكم بخير من ذلكم للذين اتقوا عند ربهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها وأزواج مطهرة ورضوان من الله والله بصير بالعباد. صدق الله مولانا العظيم. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here, after mentioning the basis of all the contention and animosity and strife of the world based on the greed for the things of this world, women, children, gold and silver, horses, cattle, agriculture, etc., which is also short-lived, and also as it's mentioned, dunya mukaddara. You know, it's like it's always got some problem. You get what you're striving for after 20 years or 30 years. You know, you get that house in Irvine, and then every month paying the mortgage, and then a little bit of problems pop up, and you find yourself without a house that you worked for 20 or 30 years, right? So everything in this world is like that. Whatever you strive for and struggle for, there's always going to be some kind of, you know, blemish that's going to tarnish, you know, that blessing and tarnish the pleasure that you thought you would have achieved. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here tells the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Hal unabbiukum bi khayrin min dhalikum?" Shall I not inform you of something much better than that, which has overpowered your minds and your hearts, and you're dedicating your lives for its acquisition? And what would that be? لِلَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا. Well, number one, it's only for the people who acquire taqwa, for the muttaqeen. So should I not tell you about something which is much better than all that mentioned previously for the people of taqwa, the people who observe the orders of Allah, they abstain from the prohibitions of Allah, عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ, with their Lord, with their Creator, with their Sustainer, with the one who created them, you know, lovingly and wants to shower His mercy upon them, provided they observe taqwa. And what is that? Jannatun tajri min tahtiha al-anhar. Paradise. Not Irvine, not Beverly Hills, a paradise. Allahu Akbar. And in which, as Nabi ﷺ mentions, what no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, and what no one could imagine in his wildest imagination. And as Abdullah ibn Abbas mentions, that those things mentioned, paradise and streams and the damsels and the palaces and the clothing and the only similarity between those things mentioned in the Quran and what we have experienced in the world is the name. Otherwise, this reality is beyond our imagination. Allahu Akbar. So, such a paradise under which streams flow. And what kind of streams? Streams of pure water, which never usually putrefies. Pure streams of milk, not milk of this world, milk of the hereafter. Wine of the hereafter, which doesn't ruin the aql, it magnifies the beauty of Jannah and everything around it. And full rivers of honey, purified honey, and again, honey of the paradise, not honey of this world. Okay. Anhar, khalidina fiha, and they will be there forever. Not only they'll be there forever, rather than getting older and older and older, you get more beautiful and more beautiful and more stronger and more capable of enjoying all the benefits and pleasures that you'll have over there. In this world, everything, you see, after you buy your new Mercedes, take it around the block, your wife says, "Hey, a blue Mercedes? I want a red one." So you take it back and you get it changed, and he says, "Okay, 5,000 off." I just bought the thing. That's the nature of this world. Everything is in is decreasing in value, decreasing in beauty, decreasing in benefit. In the hereafter, it's the exact opposite. It is unbelievable to begin with, and it goes on getting better and better and better and better, not for a year, not for a million literally forever. خالدين فيها أبدا. خالدين فيها وأزواج مطهرة, and wives which are purified inwardly and outwardly from all impurities of the body and physical, and all impurities of the soul, and all impurities of the character. You know, as wonderful as a relationship might be, there's always going to be some kind of issues, right, in marriage, right? That's why marriage counseling is one of the hottest, professions out there, right? And there's no rancor, there's no animosity, there's no envy, there's no jealousy, there's no arguments, no problems. Allahu Akbar. وَأَزْوَاجٌ مُطَهَّرَةٌ وَرِضْوَانٌ, and the greatest thing of all, Ridwan from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which we can't even imagine. But just to, as we say in Arabic, a taqreeb, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will address the people of Jannah and say, "Oh, Ahl al-Jannah, is there anything you need? Anything I can do for you?" He said, "Ya Allah, what more can you do? You've enlightened our faces. In other words, you've given us such nur and such blessings and bounties. And, you have given us what we couldn't even have imagined, which you've never given to anyone." He said, "I'll give you something better than all of that." What is that? He said, "I will give you my pleasure, my assurance of my pleasure with you, and I'll never be displeased with you forever." Which means what? Now suppose a little kid, his father says, his mother says, "Oh, Sonny, I'm very happy with you." He comes with his report card, in the end of the semester, etc., and so the kids really, you can remember back when you were a child, when your parents were happy with you, your teachers were happy with you. It was the most, fulfilling and satisfying moment, So can you imagine when Rabbul Alameen is going to say, "I'm pleased with you, I'll never be angry with you ever," which means the blessings will go on continuously and forever and ever on the increase. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may grant us yaqeen and certainty on these promises, make us among the muttaqeen, eligible, for these bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ameen thumma ameen.